Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Howdy. How are you?
We're off to a good start today.
I know.
And it's 9/11.
It's 9/11,
Today's
and we
9/11.
need to have a moment of silence.
Yes.
It's very tragic.
It is, and but you know, it's encouraging that the country survived that. And,
Yes, it is. And have come back stronger than
there
before,
has-
I hope.
And in the last couple of years, there's been retaliation for that, and people responsible for that are mostly dead
And
now.
Osama bin Laden is
Yeah.
out of sight.
Yes.
And did you watch the special on the events? There was a long special, and there was lots of information that I had not seen before. The wives of some people from the Pennsylvania crash told about their husbands calling and so forth. And I don't know, it made me cry. It made me see it all over again.
Well, they were talking this morning on the Today Show about will that be forgotten? And how do we keep it from being forgotten? And the one guy said, you know, people pick on the news and the media about a lot of things, and he said this is the responsibility of the media to see that this is not forgotten. And of course, the people who were involved,
Right,
and the
families.
children and the families and those folks, they won't forget it. But I guess the question was, 20 years from now,
Will it be?
somebody in
Arizona,
Arizona, who wasn't anywhere close to its children, know what 9/11 was all about? And I thought it was really good the way the guy put it. He said that's our responsibility.
To
That's the
remember.
media's responsibility
True.
to make sure that
And
people
As a general rule, they do a
remember
great
what
job.
that's all about.
The media does a good job with
Yeah.
that. And
But
I
everybody's always
appreciate
on the
it.
media about reporting this and reporting that, and they don't want they're hunting the worst thing in the world that's happening. I mean, it's all, what do you call it?
Drama. They need drama.
They need drama.
Or tragic news.
Exactly.
You know, it's not that much good news. You know, because good news doesn't sell like bad news
Good news
does.
doesn't sell like bad news, and in some instances, I think that's too bad. That maybe
is.
our front page should show more good news.
We have some good news
Yeah.
stuff on this. We try to focus on good news around here.
Well, one good news is Tullahoma. Well, it may not be good news for Manchester, but Tullahoma did win the coffee pot, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And that was
What's good news for some is not necessarily good news for
others.
everybody
You're
else.
exactly
Well, you know,
correct.
but yeah, you're right. But Manchester played a good game.
They did,
Cobb County
yeah.
played
They're
really
a
good
great
game.
team and a
they should
great
be
bunch
proud
of
their
people.
effort,
They
so.
should be
And
very proud.
it was John Olive's birthday on Saturday.
wow, I didn't-
So when we did the show, he had the coffee pot in front of him. So that's
That was
good
a great birthday
present
gift.
for him. And then this weekend there were 40 some odd airplanes painted
I saw that
at
in the
South
paper.
Jackson,
That
and
was
we have some
wonderful.
video of that, and that's good news.
Do we know when those are going up around town?
It's probably going to be sometime in October before they get a mounting plan.
I feel
for
like
those
that
and how
will
they're gonna,
brighten up Tullahoma.
Oh, they're going to be bright.
It's going to be fun.
They're going to be bright. You'll see, because we have a little video on that I got
Oh,
on
good.
that, so we'll see some of that today on the show.
So they didn't get rained out. They just went right ahead.
They went inside.
They went
Yeah.
inside. Yeah, it was I saw, I guess, maybe your video, you shot a piece of that, and that turned out there was a lot of people involved in that project.
Oh,
Oh,
huge.
it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, so.
Well, they had 48 airplanes to paint, and each plane had a pilot that was the captain, an adult that was overseeing the plane, and anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 children
On each plane.
on each
maybe?
plane. You know,
That's a wonderful
and
project, and the art center was.
Art Center
had
was
a-
involved in that, and of course South Jackson ended up being very involved
Very
with
involved.
it, because it started out on the grounds and ended up everywhere.
And you know, that's as it should be. That's as it should be. It should be a huge
There was-
community event.
There was paint slinging going on.
So now when people come flying into Tullahoma, they're going to see the
They're gonna see
airplanes and they're going to get
airplanes.
excited.
I hope they will.
I do too.
I hope they will. Sure do. But it's fall out there, folks, and
I know.
And
It's just like yesterday I closed my pool and today it was fall. So I did it right at the perfect time.
You closed your pool?
Well, no, I had some people come in and close it,
Yeah,
but my
okay.
pool is closed.
Yeah.
I hated to see it go. I miss the water. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, but if you go outside today, if it was like it was yesterday during the day and the day before, and you look up at the sky, you'll realize that there's about 10 days in the fall and 10 days in the spring that are like this, where the sky is crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
There's no humidity.
The stars are everywhere at
the
night.
temperature is just perfect, and that's why we live here.
And if you
Yeah.
see a
For
cloud,
those days.
it's soft.
Yeah, for those
and-
days, and it's just marvelous.
I know. Tennessee's a great place to live.
It is. It is a great place to live.
Well, if you don't like it today, it'll be different tomorrow most of the time.
I can never forget, after being gone, the last time I was gone from Tennessee in the military with Ralph, we were gone for something like 5 years. And when we flew in and I spotted Tennessee, I just can't tell you how I felt. I mean, I was just overwhelmed with emotion. It was so beautiful.
Well, you know, and John and I lived in Atlanta for a while, and one of the neat things about it, you come home and you come across Monteagle Mountain and look
yeah.
across there. That was always a nice.
That's a nice feeling.
nice sight.
Home at last.
Yeah.
Well, when I went out west on my little trip a couple of years ago, and you get to where you're in or Wyoming or one of these places where you're up and you think you're down, and you're up on a high plane and you're driving for maybe 4 hours and you don't even see another vehicle, and all of a sudden you get up and you look and you're going, well, I'm up here, and you look and you can see for, I don't know, 200 miles, as far as you can see.
Yesterday, Shannon and her husband were at the Grand Canyon, and she sent me this beautiful picture of the Grand Canyon, which really you can't get a full view unless you're there.
Right.
But it is just awesome.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely awesome. But Tennessee maybe tops it.
Well, and what I was going to say is you get back here, and you can't see more than maybe a mile.
I know.
Because there's either a hill in the way or there's foliage, there's trees in the way. Out west, there is no foliage.
There's no foliage.
Unless you're somewhere. If there's foliage, there's money. Because foliage takes water, and water out there takes money.
Right.
You go to Las Vegas, the only place you're going to see grass is where there's gambling.
Yeah.
The rest of it's looks like that table right there with some sand thrown
There may be a
across.
few people smoking it, but they're not.
yeah. But that where there's foliage,
I can remember
there's
the
money.
first time I drove through. We drove through the desert, and I'm thinking, oh, when the sun came up, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, this is so pretty. Then the day went on. Finally, at the end, it was. Damn the desert. Seeing it until you're just sick of it.
Burning up, nothing to drink, no
we didn't have air
shade.
conditioning. We were in a car that had no air conditioning, and it went on forever.
Damn the desert. Think about those people, and I've thought about this a lot of times. You're driving down the road, and you do come up on a hill, and you have a little bit of a vista, and you think, what about the guy who came across through here on a horse?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Coming from when it was the state of Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Coming across from North Carolina on a horse, and you get up on the top of a hill and look and go, now where do I go?
Right. Which direction do I go?
Where am I going to sleep tonight?
Does somebody cut a trail for me?
Pioneers.
Think about it.
Think about the life of those people and how strong they had to be to survive.
Columbus.
Plus, you had to hunt your food.
Oh, yeah.
Along the way, you had to hunt something to eat.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop at Burger King.
No.
There was no Hardee's biscuit.
There was no outhouse along the way. No rest stop.
No rest stop.
Find a tree.
Just a log.
We've come a long way, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Do I know if it's better? Who knows?
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Are you better off today than you were
4 years ago or 100 years ago?
There.
Yeah.
That's what all the politicians are asking each other. Are you better off today than you were?
Who
knows?
I can go back so far. It's amazing what I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Think what's going to happen in my grandchild's lifetime, your little grandchildren's lifetime. It's phenomenal.
Well, we've gone, and that just me, and I'm 63, from no television. I remember when there was no television at all, just radio, to everything in the world on a little box that you put in your pocket.
I know,
I mean, the technology
and you can find out anything you want to know.
Anything you want. You used to have to. I mean, I can remember selling books. Used to be people sold dictionaries and encyclopedias.
Does people even have them
Britannica.
anymore?
You know, the Britannica people. I mean, there were a lot of people made a living. Selling those things, and now I don't guess they even exist anymore.
I know. I have, a set
I think I read somewhere where they've discontinued.
Probably, and our bookstores going out of business.
Bookstores are going out of business. Book printers.
Exactly.
You know, those are a lot of jobs, print and paper.
When you think about it, tremendous amount of jobs. So what is that? What technology is doing to us?
I'm not sure that's a bad thing, but I mean,
it's something to think about.
You know, at one time we were in the printing broker business, but to do the PHAD logo and get it actually printed required what we call a color separation, and you had to put down all your greens and all your blacks, and is it just two color? I forget, John.
Right. It's a mixture.
No, it's got some gold in it.
It's got some gold in it. Plus it has soft shades of green in it.
Yeah, but whenever there was a subtle change, you had to have a different plate for that. Now you just fire it up on your printer and print it off.
Well, and here's when it's going to make a difference: when all the electricity goes out.
Yeah.
Then it's going to make a difference. You better be glad that you grew up in the pioneer days.
Well, you better.
I'd be glad I know how to go to the spring to get a glass of water.
You better drive down the old Winchester Highway or the old Manchester Highway, old some highway, wherever you are, and find somebody that's living in a one-room house that knows how to hunt and fish and jug fish and those kind of things, and country boy will survive.
I could have been considered poor, but I never knew. I didn't even know that word, because we always had a squirrel or a chicken or something to eat. We were never hungry.
Yeah.
We always were able to. But nowadays, I think if you didn't have any more than we had, you might be hungry.
Yeah.
Did y'all have squirrel and dumplings?
Oh yeah, we had squirrel and everything. Squirrel and greens, squirrel on rice. Loved it. We've got to go right now, folks. We'll get back to you in just a minute with some guests. We have some great guests on the show today. We're going to have a lot of fun. Don't you go away. We'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Times have changed since Traders Bank first opened our doors in 1889. Back then, online banking meant people were waiting ahead of you. And technology? The word hadn't even been invented yet. Even though banking has transformed over the years, at Traders, one thing has never changed. Friendly smiles, a neighborly hello, and a sincere appreciation for our customers. When a Traders employee says, "You're welcome," you are, and you always will be. Traders Bank, you're welcome. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
These are the children who had no chance. They're known as Brazil's street kids. They wander the streets dying by the thousands from drugs, AIDS, and bullets. Most of them have been abandoned, left to survive on their own. These children needed a place to go. I had to do something. So I brought it up at Rotary. People heard about what we were doing and asked how they could help. Together, we raised funds to give them a home and open the school. They're learning a trade. Now hundreds of kids have a family and a future. They're contributing to the community because Rotary believes in making things better for everyone.
Rotary is making a difference right now.
They have hope.
Rotary gives people an opportunity to help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we had the pleasure last Friday to visit Bel Air Elementary School here in Tullahoma, and they were doing an event. I guess it was a Patriots Day event, and because they honored all the firemen and policemen and such first responders in our community as part of a fundraiser they were having over there, a walkathon that they do every year. And we thought we would like to bring you some video of some of the children over there who participated in that event. So let's watch.
Boys Boys and girls, this is going to be a wonderful day. We are so proud of all of you and everything you do every day. And today, what you're doing is, really, it's several different things when you think about it. We are honoring our country and our community servants this morning. And we're very honored to have some guests here. And we're going to start out with the presentation of colors by the Fire Department Honor Guard. After that, we'll have the pledge to the flag led by our mayor, Mayor Lane Curley. After that, we will sing our national anthem. That will be sung by a former Bel Air student and the son of one of our teachers, Mrs. Dyer, Mr. Jake Dyer. He'll be singing the national anthem. And then we'll ask for just a few words from our firemen and policemen. Thank you. We'll start with the posting of colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, o'er the home of the brave?
Boys and girls, I'm going to ask our police chief, Mr. Paul Blackwell, and our fire chief, Mr. Chastain, to please come forward and say a few words. So we're very honored to have members of the fire department and the police department here today, and honored to have them say a few words.
Thank you, Principal Roth. Good morning, Bel Air. All right, we have to do a little better than that. Y'all are going to be out here all day. Good morning, Bel Air. All right, that's good. We'd like to say thank you for inviting the police officers and the firefighters to come out to your school again for this event that y'all hold each year, where you recognize our emergency service personnel, be it police, fire, or ambulance service. As the principal said, this is a special day that we recognize what happened 11 years ago. And I know it's your teachers and parents' responsibilities to keep you reminded of what occurred. This is a great nation we live in. It's a great community we live in to be able to get out and do this, to say the Pledge of Allegiance, to sing the national anthem. So every year, every day that you see a police officer, tell them thank you. Because they have families, they have a job to do, but they also love this community and they're willing to serve it and to serve you. Now I'd like to introduce Chief Chastain to you.
Thank you, Chief Blackwell. I'd just like to add a couple of things. That 11 years ago, this Tuesday, the Brotherhood of Firefighters lost 343 of our fellow firefighters in the collapse of the towers in New York City. So we will never forget that event. But you know, the United States doesn't just close down and shut the doors. They band together, they become stronger with events like this, and we are very proud to participate in those events. We are very fortunate to have our military still on the line fighting for these freedoms, and we would like to give all the families here that have military defending our freedoms a round of applause right now. So let's do that for the military. And we'd also like to thank the men and women every day in the United States that defend our safety and our freedom here at home. And that's what this is all about. And we're so proud to be here, and we so much appreciate your appreciation on this day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming today. Boys and girls, as we do every morning, we're going to have a moment of silence. And while you bow your head, I would like for you to think of the firemen and the policemen who did lose their lives 11 years ago, but also for our community workers here who protect us every day. So we'll have our moment of silence.
Several colleges, but when I stepped into this gym, it just felt like home.
Just learning the different techniques and the way Mr. Bryan tells us how to study the subject. Art, that's where it's really at for me.
I decided to go to nursing because I've always wanted to help people. You make those connections that you probably never forget. This is my motto, my future.
I'm Marley Matlin for the American Red Cross. In an emergency, infants and children can't always tell you what's wrong. Being able to read critical signs and knowing how to respond can make all the difference. The Red Cross offers infant and child CPR training, where you can learn how to recognize and respond to respiratory and cardiac emergencies. Visit www.redcross.org or call 1-800-HELP-NOW. Together, we can save a life.
Around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
Don't speak, my angel, I hear your heart tell. It's saying you staying right here with me tonight. Don't have to say it so. I see and I know we're falling in love. I can read between the lines. Your eyes, they say so much. You've got a magic touch. You set my soul on fire with your kisses sweet as wine. No need for words to say the message you convey. The writing's on the wall. I can read between the lines. Come, let me hold you. Your mama told you, don't ever give your heart to the loving, leaving kind. With you I finally realize my destiny. It's written in the stars. I can read between the lines. Come here and hold me. Your body told me, don't be afraid to feel what you feel down deep inside. One thing you gotta know, wish I found you years ago. It's written across my heart. You can read between the lines. We're falling in love. I can read between the lines.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Ted Fugate, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Ted. I am so glad you could come today.
I'm so glad to be here.
You've been out there singing. I didn't hear that song before.
No, I've got a little handful.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I wrote that.
Is that? I like that. You can read between the lines.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I got about 30. I wrote it about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago? Well, that's a nice one. And you've written about 30 songs?
Yeah, or 30, 40, something like that. Yeah. About 30 I'm proud of.
What are you doing here today?
Oh, I'm here just
I love it. I'm kidding. Ted sang on our country show this year, and South Jackson Goes Country, and I was so taken by his music that I wanted to invite him to be on our show today. And I know that he's putting together a group, right?
Yeah.
Mostly all put together already.
Right.
So, and you guys are, so tell me a little bit about it. What's it called?
The Starry Nights.
And you spell Knights?
With a K. It's like the Knights of the Round Table. It's a show band that I'm really proud of. This is something I've wanted to do all my life. I'm singing tribute to the greats.
Tribute to the greats, I love that.
Yeah.
The greats being
just Elvis, some of Elvis, Marty Robbins, Tom Jones, the Platters.
The Platters, interesting.
Yeah.
Is there others in the group that sings?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just about your voice, it's a group thing.
Yeah. And everybody, it's really a show-off type situation for the people that loves that kind of thing. Which there's a big, I think there's a big group of people
audience
that
for
loves that.
Yeah.
It's not what you call oldies or any of that. It's just different. But it's an acquired taste that I think everybody's going to love. And I think we've captured thunder and lightning in a bottle.
Oh, good for you.
And when it comes out, I can't tell everything. I'm kind of secretive about some things because we want to have a big bang when it happens. But I want to tell you that don't forget that name. When you see that name,
when you see Starry Nights, get ready for a show.
If you can, try to make it.
So how long have you been working on this group?
About a year, and we had everybody in place for a while, and then we had a keyboard player that just awesome. He was a star. And he was so committed. He had such a full plate that he had to
You had to back out.
Yeah.
So you're actually looking for a keyboardist?
Yeah.
So if anybody wanted to audition for you, they could call that number?
Absolutely right. Yes, yes.
Good idea. And are you looking for a particular age group?
I wouldn't know. Probably 40s or something like that, man that likes this kind of thing.
So you're looking for a male?
Kind of really, because this is the nights.
Of course. That makes sense.
And also, now, I'm not against...
Maid Marian's not going to work out here, is she?
I'm not against, if somebody is very talented and wants to call and audition, well, we might put something in, because if somebody can sing and play something that seems like it goes with this, yeah.
So you're really looking for somebody that loves what you're doing, because you don't need them in the group if they don't love what you're doing.
Right.
I agree with that.
And we're going to do gospel too, quite a bit of gospel, and we love gospel. The tributes there's going to be to the greats, the great singers, the great writers, the ones that just floored me, growing up, the ones that sing a love song and write a love song and stuff like that, and then also our great country. We're going to sing about our great country. We're going to sing about Jesus Christ, he's the greatest. So we're going to sing about him too.
So he's one of those.
He's one of the great. He's the great of all, but we're going to give him tribute too.
I love that. I think that is such a nice idea, that you're going to do an eclectic group of tunes that will hit a lot of different people in a lot of different places.
It'll be the kind of thing Grandma can come, the preacher can come. The little children may not so much recognize it, but
they can come.
But they're going to see talent there.
They're not going to hear any bad language and anything like that.
No.
Do you have a kind of a time frame for your first big opening?
Yeah, if I can, I'm going to do a show, maybe an opening show before this, but I want to do, along the time of Valentine's Day, we're going to do say at South Jackson Civic Center sometime in the first couple weeks of February. We're going to do it's love songs and stuff like that. It'll be that kind of a mood.
So you're looking to produce a show of love songs, basically. And well, I know we don't have tons of time, but I know that you were going to do one of the greats, Elvis. Let's go ahead and do that now. Okay?
All righty.
Which one are you doing?
Fools Such as I.
Okay.
Pardon me if I'm sentimental when we say goodbye. Don't be angry with me if I cry. When you're gone, hey, I'll dream a little dream as time goes by. Now and then there's a fool such as I. Now and then there's a fool such as I am over you. You taught me how to love, and now you say that we're through. I'm a fool, but I love you, dear, until the day I die. Now and then there's a fool such as I. Now and then there's a fool such as I.
Great job. Love it. And when did you first hear? Oh, I think we're close to ending this show.
Yes,
people, look for Starry Nights and Ted Fugate and a great show to come. Thanks for coming.
Thank you
Loved
so
it.
much.
All right. We'll be back with more.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want, at our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the set now Ashley Craft. And Ashley is a volunteer, I believe, who has started a kind of a new deal at Tullahoma High School. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yes, I am in my second year of coaching the Tullahoma High School dance team. It consists, this year it's a little bigger. We have 11 members. Originally 12, one had to move away, unfortunately. Last year we were only about at 9, so it's improved a little bit, increased. We perform at varsity football games, pep rallies. We do community events, not only here in Tullahoma, but also in Murfreesboro and surrounding areas.
Are you from Tullahoma, actually?
I am not. I'm originally from Memphis, a little town called Carterville outside of Memphis, and I moved here for my husband. He is originally from here.
I see. Okay. And so, but you actually live now in Tullahoma,
Yes,
is that right?
I do.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where did you come up with this idea to do this?
When I first moved here, it was about 2.5 years ago. I realized that Tullahoma did not have a dance team, and I went to the coffee pot game, the annual coffee pot game, and Coffee County has one, and I realized Tullahoma did not. And dance team in Memphis is a huge deal. Every high school has one. They compete constantly. They're involved with everything as much as cheerleaders, and so I decided, let's try to get one started here in Tullahoma.
Okay, I was going to ask you, so dance teams are pretty prevalent in a lot of high schools.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay. So how did you go about really getting it off the ground and getting people to participate?
It took a lot of work. I originally approached athletic director Mathis and Principal Landis with the idea, and they just basically said, it's a go, let's try it, let's see what you can do. And I hit the ground running and went out and started recruiting girls and held an audition, and next thing you know, we're just getting involved with every little thing.
Okay, so it's pretty much young ladies that are it's all young ladies, I guess.
We have one boy. He only competes with us because he is also a football player. Trevor Denny, he's number 34. He does competition with us because he is a great hip-hop dancer, surprisingly.
Besides that, I would have to think that, I mean, you probably don't see a lot of guys doing that, but I would have to think if you're a football player, that might help you in your coordination and and staying in shape for what you're doing out there.
Absolutely.
Were you a dancer yourself at one time?
I was. I've danced since I was 3 years old. I competed all my life in high school, middle school. My high school, my senior year, we won state, so that was exciting. And then I also danced for Middle Tennessee State University for 4 years.
Oh, okay. So Middle Tennessee State University has a dance team as well.
Yes. We travel with football, basketball, everything.
Oh, okay. So who do you compete against? Other schools?
Yes,
or?
Several other high schools. We've competed against schools from Chattanooga, from high schools such as Coffee County, just several different high schools.
Oh, okay. And then who is actually, you're the instructor, I guess, is that correct?
Yes, I am, and I also bring in friends of mine that have danced their whole life as well, that live in Nashville and surrounding areas, and they choreograph and help me out.
How has that been accepted at the school? This is something new. Have people kind of gotten used to it now? Or?
Last year, it was just a big change. Small town change is a big deal. People are really not used to it. So last year it was a little difficult. We really weren't accepted that well. This year, it has been a complete turnaround. We've been more accepted. We're getting involved with a lot more. We're really starting to get recognized. So it's come a long way in just 2 years.
So do the members of this team, do they actually have to try out, or do you? I mean, you have to have a certain skill level to actually be a part of the team?
Yes, they do try out. We have taken girls that have never danced before. Our tryouts are usually in April and May, so the girls that have never danced throughout the summer, I work with them with technique like turns and leaps and different things dancers need. So by football season, they have all those skills.
Right. Okay. So what is the practice schedule like? I mean, is it do you practice every day or?
During the summer, we practice 2 to 3 times a week. We went to camp in August, or I'm sorry, the end of July we went to camp. And that's a 3-day camp. It's very strenuous on the girls. Before that, we were practicing every day. Now with football going on and them having to be there Friday nights and do community events, we only practice 1 to 2 days a week. It's kind of their little downtime right now.
Okay. I think we've got some video of your girls in practice, so let's roll that and you can tell us a little bit about what they're doing there.
This is at the varsity football game. On the sidelines, you'll see them dancing. Sometimes we don't have music, but we still keep it going. The girls will count. This is one of their sidelines. They're actually doing fight song right now. This is what they worked on a lot of summer. And we also have 2 seniors on the team this year. So they will be leaving us, unfortunately.
But your team is 11, so you're bringing back 9.
Yes,
right?
I'll bring back 9, and then I'm sure we'll have more try out.
Right. Okay. And you know, I noticed that the girls had uniforms. Does the school provide them, or did you have to buy them?
We don't. We fundraise for everything. We have no compensation from the school or the school board. It is strictly fundraising. We sell donuts. We do car washes. Anything that can raise money for us, we help with.
Right. And I think you're a volunteer. You're not paid to.
No, I'm not paid. I'm strictly volunteer with them.
So you must really enjoy doing this, I would think.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it.
Okay. And here's another clip here, I think.
Oh, this is their introduction. That's Rachel. She's our captain. That's Amber. Those are my 2 seniors. That's Hillary Holman. She's a 2nd-year member. She's a junior. Morgan Rose. She also plays volleyball. That's Jade Reinhardt. She's our only sophomore. That's Chloe Eads, Mike Stanton, the announcer. That's his granddaughter. That's Bree Gardner. She's a freshman. And Lily Johnson is a freshman. I had her sister last year. That's Marsha Rigsby. She's a freshman. And Alex Wagner.
Okay. You know, and someone told me before we did this interview about your dance team, and I thought, I didn't know we had a dance team, but actually I've been to a football game or 2 and I've seen them. I guess I didn't realize what they were doing there. I might have thought they were cheerleaders because
most people
because they do have uniforms and such. So, well, how many girls could you accommodate on this? Can you have more than 11, or is that your
yes.
yeah.
My goal, I would love to have 16. A bigger team looks better on the field and definitely looks better in competition.
You were talking about the girls were counting there on one of the routines that we were doing. You didn't have music.
Yes.
So do you use the music from the band
we do.
to do your routine typically?
We do, and if they don't perform or if they have a break or whatever, if they're getting ready for halftime, we'll just count and dance anyway.
Yeah.
Try to keep the crowd going.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a really neat thing there. I'm glad that I found out about that, and we're glad that we could bring it to our viewing audience. And congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
for volunteering to do that. I know you really have to love that, or because it's got to take a lot of your time.
Yes, it does.
All right, and it's going to grow to bigger and better things. If you'd like to help them out with a donation for uniforms or whatever, instead of them having to do car washes, please contact Ashley at what's your phone number?
901-218-8855. There it is.
There you go. Or if you know someone who would like to be a part of that, I'm sure you'd be happy to provide them with that information. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate that very much. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, right after these messages.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
We're at South Jackson Civic Center where the Tullahoma Pride Airplane Painting Party has moved inside. There's one plane right there that a group's doing, and they're just getting, there's young people and young and old alike. They're painting inside of South Jackson, and look at this. Look at all these folks in here. Isn't this great? This is the airplane project. Ooh, look at that. They're just being done in many, many different types of ways.
Oh, hi.
Oh, look at there. Paint.
Yes.
There he is. What you know, man? I don't know, John. Is that the Bumblebee plane right there?
Bumblebee plane right here.
Don't get stung. And this is great. All these people here, young people painting, young and old. Look at that one. Multi. Everything you can imagine. There's Charlie West over there making pictures. Look at that. I'm taking pictures of him, taking pictures of me, taking pictures of him. Now look at this design here. I like this one.
We're taking a break.
Cool. Hello, young man. Here's a great design back here. Look at that.
Black and blue.
Oh, Andy, how you doing, buddy? Y'all having a big time today?
Yeah, we had a great time.
This yours right here?
She was involved in this one.
All right.
Actually, I ended up having all three of them were involved in a different plane.
Good, that's great. Here's one being done outside where they can listen to their radio. That's a cool looking plane. Isn't that cool? Look at there. There's the cause of their consternation right there. Y'all having a good time this morning?
Have you gotten around much, John? Yet?
Oh yeah, it's all looking good.
Huh? You're talking about something creative. These are creative creations.
There you go. Rain or shine, doesn't make any difference. Sun always shines in Tullahoma somewhere, doesn't it?
And these kids have invented new colors never found before.
That's right. That's right. It looks like you've had a good turnout this morning.
Oh, it's been extraordinary, John.
Did you get to do part of it outside?
We did for
about an hour.
Maybe an hour's worth, and then we've come back inside. But they've adapted well. I mean, they found a roost to sit.
I'm pleased to see your colors today.
Yes, sir.
I like your colors. Do we have one of these planes that's being painted orange?
We've got a we've got an East Middle, we've got a West Middle, we've got a PHS plane, we've got a Habitat plane, and we've got a UT plane.
There you go. And I just left Coach Olive. Today's his birthday, and he has the coffee pot in his hand.
It sure does.
So that's a great birthday present for him. And these planes are a great present for Tullahoma.
Sure indeed.
Nice to hear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, John.
Look at this one. You have to get up on top of this one.
Right there.
That's y'all using painter's tape to make your lines straight. Isn't that smart?
It's going to look like stained glass.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. One's going to look like stained glass.
I'm going to try a small size.
And they're in the hallways painting. Painting.
Everywhere.
There's a big orange fan right there. Go Big Orange.
Big orange.
How come you aren't painting?
I'm picture painting.
So we're gonna be on Tullahoma.
Oh yeah, you'll be on TV.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that great? That's the handprint plane right there. And here's a whole other room full. People painting. Airplanes for Tullahoma. Here's an abstract artist right here. Look at that. She's painting herself for Tullahoma. Oh, look at that. That's a Becky plane right there. I love it. I love it. Isn't this great?
It's going to be a Picasso.
A Picasso? Look at him. There's another UP plane. You're having more fun than the kids.
Yeah, this is up my alley. On my runway.
There you go. Let's see what this one's looking like. Well, this is a fish plane. It's a flying fish.
It's a rainbow fish.
Rainbow flying.
Girl Scouts.
Rainbow fish for Girl Scouts.
They have a bridge over program.
All right. There they are. I've been hunting all over for them, and there they are, hiding in a corner. That's Garth Seagroves, the chairman of the board of the Fine Arts Center right there, painting a plane back under a shed.
All right. Hey, guys. How you doing? Come on in here and see here what we've got. These are works of art, guys. We have got to be so careful with these things. I thought at first we stacked them in this truck, but I'm afraid to stack them. I'm afraid to see how wet they are. They're not.
It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Eye Care Center wants to make your eyes the best windows possible. The professionals at the Eye Care Center have been offering comprehensive eye care for over 30 years. From eye examinations to eye surgery, from children to seniors, we have the services you need. We pride ourselves on taking the time to fully understand our patients' wants and needs. Each patient is a unique situation and deserves our full attention and the latest treatment options. So call or stop by one of our 4 convenient locations and start seeing better today.
of all that attention. All you wanted was...
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2*77.
On demand, thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
All right, folks, welcome back. And right now I'm with two of my favorite people. They come to see us from time to time, and every time they come, we always have fun because there's either one or two things going on. There's good music happening or there's good food, and I like both of them. And I like both of these folks, and that's Valerie Smith and Jay Gregory from Bell Buckle, Tennessee.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
You know, I'm wide awake and ready to go. I'm ready to run a marathon. How about you?
I already have run one. I already have run one.
Oh, well, I'll do it by myself.
Greg will run with you.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I might lose some weight, John, and I'm holding on to my weight dearly.
Well, it took us a while to get this way, didn't it?
Took me all my life. Yeah.
He's a run machine.
Run machine. Hey, we have a couple of things we're going to talk to you about this morning, and one of them is Valerie's show in Bell Buckle,
Yes.
and that is the Dare to Be Different show.
I started it about 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, but it's our annual show that we do on the Sunday of the International Bluegrass Music Association's conference, which is the 24th through I believe like the 29th. I mean, they have Fan Fest and everything in Nashville at the Renaissance Center. Really big deal. A lot of bluegrass bands from all around the world come to go to that convention.
Right.
Well, I've been very involved in the education of bluegrass and have done several schools to teach about the history of bluegrass and the instruments and the singers. And I wanted to do something to give back to the museum of the bluegrass, the International Bluegrass Music Museum, which is in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I came up with this idea that, you know, bluegrass music is a different genre than country music and rock, and so I came up with Dare to Be Different that year, and we did a fundraising concert for the museum. Well, it went over so well, it just has never stopped. And
so you're
this
4 or
is
5 years into it.
Yeah, this is our time to be doing the Dare to Be Different that Sunday, September 23rd, right after church or wherever you go to that, or shopping or breakfast. Go and catch the show at the banquet hall in Bell Buckle, and it starts from 1 to 7. Solid music. I put myself at 7 o'clock because I know folks can see me at the South Jackson Center coming up in October, but they won't be able to see these groups that are from Germany and Virginia and all these places all the time.
Yeah, you have people coming from all over the country.
All over the country, and they donate their performance and their time to raise money for Dare to Be Different. It's at a small cost of $10 to get in, and that's great for all day.
And that's a donation, by the way.
Yeah, that's a donation. But we
So
hope
you can write it off.
Well, yeah, you can write it off, and we hope people would be willing to do that for a great cause, because it does go and it does support education at the International Bluegrass Music Museum in Owensboro. Education of bluegrass music in schools. They donate instruments to students that come there. I mean, if you're a student, adult, or a child, and you say, I want to learn to play fiddle, can I borrow an instrument from the museum, you can borrow an instrument and they can give you lessons there. And I just thought that was such a great thing. Me being a music teacher, I thought, wow, what a great program. But like, you know, all programs, they need support and help.
Support,
and
sure.
if anything, they just, you know, there needs to be awareness that they're doing that. And I think, you know, it's just something that's very passionate to me.
And you're one of their ambassadors, aren't you?
I am one of their ambassadors. I'm a lifetime member there. And I've always just, I mean, it's been years. I've just always done, I don't always do their school shows. I mean, different groups go in there and do their school shows. But I did create a blueprint of how to do the school show.
Right.
And I'm bringing the school show here to Tullahoma.
Yes.
In October.
Yes.
At the South Jackson Civic Center in October the 5th and 6th. Well, the 5th is where I'm doing the schools.
Right.
And I believe on October 6th I do a concert.
You're doing a concert that night.
A regular Valerie Smith concert.
Right.
And I'm very excited to bring this, you know, I'm excited to bring the school show to Tullahoma, to my home area, because I've been doing the school show all around the world. And it's funny, I get home and I'm like everybody else after work. I throw my stuff to the side and I hit the couch and sometimes turn on the TV and I'm there until the next show that might either be in Germany or Florida, or I might be in Ohio.
New York City.
Yeah, and I think, isn't it funny that I do all this stuff and I don't get to do it at home ever.
You know, it's really it's funny. It's one of those funny things. It's hard to be a hero at home.
Well, you don't want,
because people know who you are and they have expectations. Well, I know Valerie, or I know Greg, or I know John, or whatever. But
you're a team player when you come home, so you want to be like everybody else. You don't want to, you get in there.
But you go to Bath, England, and you're Valerie Smith, and there's thousands of people waiting to see you.
Well, they just wanted to see her fall off the stage, okay? Because that's what happened. That's what happened in Bath. Fell in front of the stage. That's right.
She took a bath in Bath.
Well, it was a strange experience. You know, in Bath, England, I sang at the famous building,
the Roman Bath.
Yeah,
where the
embassy there.
It was the old Roman Bath building, but the hall was people like Handel played there. You know,
Chopin.
Back in the 1700s, the acoustics were for fiddles, acoustic, but they didn't have sound systems.
Right, there was no
sound. Of course, they have these beautiful chandeliers lined up in this huge hall. I mean, huge chandeliers. And I remember singing Dancing by the River, and I had these platforms on because I have to look I'm kind of short, and I need to look tall on stage. And I can dance in platforms. I've done it for years, and I rarely ever fell. I mean, but I think I was looking at the hall, and I wasn't paying attention to
where you were.
Yeah, and it was one of those moments where I'm going dancing by the river, and my heel got caught in a loose piece of rug that they had set down there that I didn't see, and I went whop right, and the audience didn't know where I went. Band didn't know where I went, but they kept playing, and I kept singing in the microphone. And I thought, I don't know if my neck's broke or if I'm okay or not, but I'm going to keep singing, and I'm going to gracefully get on my feet somehow. And a gentleman had to help me get on my feet, and I kept singing. But
did you get a round of applause?
Yeah, I did.
Did you put it into the next show?
No, I don't ever want to put that in another show again. I think that was pretty embarrassing. I was thinking, why here in Bath, England? But maybe I will do the same kind of thing at the South Jackson Center. I don't know. You know, put a loose rug in front. And
well, you never know. You never know what Valerie's going to do. I can tell you that.
Well, let me ask you a question, Greg, about at the Dare to Be Different. Mm-hmm. If a person goes down there and they're going to go down there after church and stay till 7 o'clock at night, will there be an opportunity to eat anything there?
Well, yeah, John. What we're going to do this year, we've done various things, throughout the years.
Well, we've had our banquets. We've had our buffets on about once a month or during special events.
On this one, I'm going to do a short order thing, so people can eat or not eat. It's up to them on if they want to spend some money. If they get hungry, we'll have barbecue sandwiches and probably maybe some hamburgers and some things. You know, we'll have a variety of good foods like we have at the cafe, but it'll be more in a sandwich style. I'm not going to do the dinners and stuff. You know.
Okay.
And maybe a barbecue plate or something like that. But
I'm going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, will put me on the spot.
If a person, because this is really hard to find,
if a person was to come down there and want a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, could they get one?
Sure.
Because you know that used to, you could go to a lot of the diners around, and that was standard fare, where they had a flat grill, was a grilled ham and cheese sandwich.
I take that your
melted,
favorite.
you know. Well, yeah, and a good slice of tomato on there and lettuce.
We actually
and you
sell.
just don't see
well,
them.
we
They're
sell
hard
a
to
lot of
find.
grilled cheese sandwiches because you know we sell a lot of soups like chili and vegetable
Right,
beef soup
right.
and everything. A lot of people order grilled cheese with that. And so, in fact, in the wintertime, we'll even put a grilled cheese and a soup thing together for lunch.
For a special.
And there's a lot of people that'll ask. A lot of times we have our Virginia baked ham, and they'll ask for a ham and cheese, and we just put, yeah, sure. If we've got it, we'll accommodate you, John. I mean,
Well, the neat thing about
Yeah.
this too is that you can come in and come out of the all day. I mean, there's music going all
Right,
day, so you can
right.
go look in some of the shops, come back and hear another band.
Yeah,
eat
you
a
don't have to
little
worry
bit.
about
You don't
upsetting
sit there all-
somebody because you
No.
get up and walk out.
It's a social event. I mean, people
Right.
visit, and there's people from all around the world that aren't singing that are show up there, and there's radio and newspaper, and so it's quite a big happening, and I'm really excited that we're doing it. This may be the last year we do it here in Bell Buckle. Actually, for the International Bluegrass Museum, because they are moving the convention actually to North Carolina next year. So this will be a
Be a
big
little bit
year.
harder to get the
and
bell buckle to play on Sunday.
It'll be extremely hard to get artists from all around the world just to come to Bell Buckle to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
So this is a rare occasion and an opportunity, and I don't think people want to miss it because it's last year of happening in Bell Buckle, and there'll be rare opportunities to say, well, I'm going to go hear this band from Virginia or this award-winning band from Germany or this.
Right, right.
They just
Yeah.
don't pop up in Bell Buckle on a daily basis.
And everybody needs to come and see what the Germans do with bluegrass music. Okay, so
It's
y'all
very good.
y'all come out and
I
check
heard
this
it.
German group out because they're dynamite, and it's so unique to hear a German or a European
We have
group
some
do
local
bluegrass
groups,
music.
too. I didn't leave the locals
Oh,
out.
the Rigneys.
because The Rigneys,
Yeah.
the Rigneys are going to be there.
And they're doing
and-
great.
Yeah.
They're having a great run.
Oh yeah,
with
Great
their
band.
music. Yeah, great band.
Good and nice
Now,
people.
Before we get out of time, I do want to remind you folks out there that this when Valerie comes, and that's going to be October the 3rd or the 5th.
The 5th.
The 5th, and she will come to South Jackson Civic Center, and she will work with the school children. And you teachers out there need to, sometimes they'll have a play there, and it's art education. It's
Oh, yeah.
getting the kids out of the classroom down to the Civic Center to have education in arts. And
Absolutely.
Valerie is going to be teaching about acoustic music, and is underwritten by the Bluegrass Hall of Fame and Museum, and she's traveled all over the world doing this. And this is an opportunity for your children to hear a true professional, a true artist, and a teacher, because she was also a music teacher and a school teacher, and to show your children the great things about acoustic music. And you'll have other people with your band there
Oh,
that will be
yes.
helping you with different instruments and stuff
And
like
all of
that.
them are
Full band.
college educated players that know a lot about their music, and some of them also have education degrees. And,
Right.
And so, I have everyone that I have on stage with me knows what they are teaching very well, and it's not one of those things where you slow down and stop the show. And the kids are involved the
Right.
entire time. And we build a band. We actually build a bluegrass band and talk a little bit about the history of that. And we actually show how those instruments can be played differently. And we just do a lot of fun things. And then I do a mini concert to give them a taste of, this is kind of what a concert looks like with these acoustic instruments playing. And then I show them that not only can these particular acoustic instruments play bluegrass, but they can play swing. They can play modern music.
Right.
And I like to, and that's all fit in a 45-minute time section.
Right.
So they can get their kids there and get them back.
And then the following night, on the Saturday night, all of us get to hear Valerie Smith and Liberty Pike.
We do a concert.
And you're going to do a concert on
Mhm.
Saturday night as part of our regular series at South Jackson Civic Center. Tell your friends. be involved, talk to your teachers, talk to your children, and make sure the teachers understand that this year's educational outreach, one of the programs is Valerie Smith teaching children about acoustic music at South Jackson.
And I got to tell you, it's not what they think it's going to be, because I've done many shows with her. It's just as entertaining as any of her concerts. It's phenomenal. It's the best out there in the States. It's the best, I'm telling you. And I'll back that up. I'll be there. You come up and tell me I'm a liar when you see it.
No pressure, no pressure, guys. No pressure.
It's fabulous.
Now this woman, folks, you have to realize is falling off the stage in Bath, England, is in Tullahoma.
And it could happen again.
And it could happen again. You never can tell.
Be there.
Be there. Be there and see it.
I chose a moment to fall off the stage, just the right place, I guess.
Well, I mean, I've been humbled by Haydn before, so, you know, it's easy to happen when you're in those kind of places.
Well, I'm looking forward to this year for music in this part of the world. I mean, we have so many great musicians in this part of the world. We were just, you know, I'm sure you have Tim Daly that come to visit. And he's on Bell Buckle Records, our newest member.
Records
this month we're going to be releasing his album, Pick Up the Phone, in which you're part of a writer on.
Yeah,
and I want to come back, and I want to come back with
Tim,
and I want to talk about that, because we're doing a lot in Bell Buckle and this area with the talent in this area to showcase them nationally and internationally. And so I try to bring the talent and the art that's in this part of the world with me everywhere I go, and introduce it everywhere.
Valerie Smith, Jay Gregory, Bell Buckle, and the world brought to you right here on Charter Channel 6. We'll be right back after these messages.
Serving you as a local firefighter. Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma. Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good. There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors, and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
We are back here, Just Plain Living. It's Marilyn Ewing, and it's certainly a pleasure to be here. It's always great when I'm here because I have some very interesting guests each and every time, and it's no different this time. It is the very lovely, the wonderful Missy Aiken from Shelbyville. Everyone knows the Aikens. I want to say welcome.
We've been around a while.
Absolutely, absolutely. And not the age thing, but it's just you're just world renowned, I guess.
My
so
goodness.
it's a pleasure to have you on the show today, Missy.
Thank you.
Something that's brewing up in Shelbyville. Interesting stuff.
It is interesting stuff.
Shelbyville is throwing a party. So
we are, and it happens to be at our family's Spring Hill Farm this coming Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely.
You know, public libraries, like many other entities, are struggling to find funding for building and expansion.
Yeah.
And the studies for Bedford County Public Library, the R.G. Cooper Public Library, have said that we are dramatically under the square footage for the usage that our library receives, the foot traffic that we receive on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And we are in a capital campaign and working hard to raise enough money so that we can get the donations from some of the larger entities around in Bedford County to ante up what they have promised us.
Absolutely.
We're working toward $1 million of our money that we've raised so that we can get some other large donations done into our kitty. So this weekend, Sunday afternoon, at Spring Hill Farm on the Nashville Dirt Road in Shelbyville, we are having a capital campaign lawn party.
Yes.
Old-fashioned lawn party. Things that you used to see in the South in the earlier days, under a tent.
Yeah.
Beautiful food, wonderful recipes that some girls from Oxmoor House in Birmingham have put together for us. A menu, great recipes that we're willing to share with people once the party's over.
Yes.
We're going to have a food stylist who was with the magazine Southern Living and Cooking Light come style our pretty food to put on the table for people to enjoy and style our tables. Jim and Inge Wood from Flat Creek will be with us doing their great music. I hope it's fiddles and mandolins and dulcimers, but they haven't really clued us into that yet, so that'll be a surprise for all of us.
Yes, absolutely.
Mike Coffey, who is a Shelbyville native, and his wife Christy are donating several of their, not donating, they are allowing us to present to view several of their pieces of art, all local artists. Those aren't going to be for sale. That's just for our viewing enjoyment.
Yes.
And it's going to be a fun afternoon.
It is. It
5 to 7 at Spring Hill Farm.
Right.
There on the Nashville Dirt Road. We're still selling tickets.
Yes, yes.
We're glad for anybody to attend. You don't have to be from Bedford County to be there. We'll take anyone's $50 per ticket at the gate, and those are still able to be purchased at the library there on South Main in Shelbyville, or purchase them at the event Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a great time.
It is. It's a party of all parties. And this took a lot of planning and preparation to get together.
We've been working on this since February.
Yes, yes.
But you know, as the girl who has a full-time job, and a sister who has another full-time job, with Margaret just coming off the celebration in Shelbyville, I'm just now getting started on snipping those things in the yard that need to be tidied and getting my mulch down.
Oh, it's beautiful already.
But you know, if we could have that wonderful weather Sunday afternoon that we had yesterday when we were meeting on the porch, oh, that was glorious.
Yes, it was nice, very nice. So many people actually support this effort in getting a new building for Shelbyville and Bedford County, the library. You've had a lot of support already.
Yes.
And of course, you're asking for more and for it to continue.
Yes.
So it's not an expansion, it's a new building. And I've been asked,
it is a new building.
can you give us a little bit of the layout on what we're anticipating on this brand new building?
Well, we're currently, the library is in the old original post office building. Beautiful turn of the century building that we've simply outgrown.
Yes.
Before that, you know, our little library was in one room of the basement of the courthouse.
Wow.
So with our dream of having a new building, it's a modern facility with all of the technology and electrical components that have to be in place as public libraries, as society moves toward more of a life with technology in our hands and turning pages on a Kindle or other piece of technology to read. Meeting spaces, of course, a library isn't a library without stacks.
That's true.
Plenty of room for those books that we all still love to smell and hold in our hands and turn a page.
That's true.
But it will be a modern facility, but but one geared and planned for us to grow into the future with whatever the future might hold.
Absolutely.
With media.
Absolutely. We must stress the fact that this library is so heavily used. Talk about the traffic, the computer usage, just stuff.
Of course, public libraries are certainly more than being able to check out a book and look at a magazine or do research as we might have done when we were in school. Libraries are a place now for individuals to come for a hotspot access for their technology, or to come in and sit and have access to a computer. Bedford County is not known at this point for having a wide percentage of households wired for the internet. So our little R.G. Cooper Library is a point for anybody to come and access the internet. I believe I have heard Pat Hastings and Fred Hunt, the library board chair, say that it is a larger percentage of people coming in now to access our technology points. Maybe even equal to coming in to check out.
Absolutely.
Audio books or novels. Whatever.
Absolutely. And it's amazing as Pat gives us this the statistics each meeting. Those individuals coming from other cities, other counties, are actually utilizing our library.
They are, and you know, now that we have the capacity at the library with forget the name of the program that we're able to pull down, check out books and pull them down to our iReaders. We have people from other communities accessing that. All you need is an R.G. Cooper library card. I don't think there are really any specifics that it takes to be a library card holder. But you can access anything that we have available there.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, libraries, you think back in history to the library in Alexandria, and you think to the Great Library of Congress in Washington, and then you have your little public libraries, and they need to continue to be a community gathering place. Anybody in society, from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low, have something available to them at a library. And, an educated society is a prosperous society.
There you go. That
true. Happens with a library.
Absolutely. And even though we're just not there in our new building, we're still holding on to technology. And a lot of people mention the Kindles and all of these great devices coming around, but we're hanging in there.
We are hanging in there.
Yes, we are.
We're working toward having iReader devices available for checkout. For those of us who are brave enough to step into that territory. I still love a book. But there are people who want that technology in their hands, just can't afford to buy a personal machine by themselves. So they can check those out from the library.
And real quickly, something that we do that's marvelous is so many things for the kids.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Jessica Osborne in our children's program in Bedford County has to be second to none. Thousands and thousands of children through that library in the course of a year.
They do.
She's a magnet.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, the party of all parties. That's coming up Sunday afternoon, 5 until 7. So 201 Old Nashville Dirt Road.
Yes. Google that. Google map it. Easy to find. Call the library.
Yes, I think 684-4373 maybe.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so Missy, it's always great to see you. I'm a part of the library board, and it's a pleasure to just kind of be a part of it. It's very exciting. It is. It's because greatness is coming. I can feel that. Much success on our party coming up on Sunday. So I'll see you there, okay? Missy Aiken, the very wonderful, the very lovely Missy Aiken. She has been guest on Just Plain Living with Marilyn Ewing. Stay tuned. Back after this.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, humanity in motion.
All right, we're back.
It was a good show today.
It's flown by.
It's flown by, and I was delighted with your interview with Valerie. What a neat person she is.
She's a great gal, and I was
excited
delighted
about
about Ted Fugate.
Oh yeah, Ted has got an awesome voice.
You know, I'm gonna have to get close to Peggy because my mic's not working.
Oh well, here, talk over my shoulder.
Well, you know,
there.
Ted is a great guy.
He is.
Ted is one of these people who is a fine musician. He's a fine singer, good-looking guy. He doesn't like bars. He doesn't like drinking. He doesn't like smoking, and it's hard for him to find some place to play. And so he and Greg,
are they gonna get together?
Bell Buckle Cafe, they talked a little bit, and Greg's going to bring Ted down to the Bell Buckle Cafe.
Fantastic.
And they have guys that play down there and people that play down there in the back of the cafe on Friday and Saturday nights and afternoons, and it's a great place. There's, family friendly, and so it's funny what happens in a little room like this right here, where people come together and you end up
and
making
they're all
friends.
genuinely nice people.
And I'm glad that worked out for Ted, because if you play country music and you don't like bars and you don't like drinking, it's tough
I wouldn't call him a country music.
No, he's just a
very
music
eclectic
man.
with his music.
He is.
Yeah, he's kind of a crooner.
I didn't know he played guitar.
Yeah,
we always
he has
knew
a beautiful voice.
He had a beautiful voice, but I didn't know he played.
Yeah, and he's a handsome fellow too.
He's a good-looking man. Single women.
You can find more than a good slab of beef at the Bell Buckle Cafe to find you a good-looking guy.
And not only that, he's very talented. Around the house, because he's in the construction business.
I know. He does a lot of good work.
He is that. Hey, let me tell you one last thing. The Wildcats are playing in Fayetteville this Friday night. So travel, go to Fayetteville, watch Wildcat football. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.